Two of the better teams, definitely FAC has so much respect for them. And they have 5 guys that are coming at you relentless. Try to maximize the interior on our side.
Man, just limit them on the board. They big, they physical, they shoot it, they can handle it, they have good players. They're a good team, so we just got to try to limit their second chance shots and give them one opportunity to score.
All right, which team will limit the other and what they like to do best? For FACS, their point guard can get to a spot and he can get his shot. Jacob Walker, you'll see more of him in these highlights. The one thing neither team could afford to do, turn it over, and the Panthers made the Crusaders pay. Christian Austin and Cody Hickerson. When you talk about top transfers, Hickerson makes a good Bartlett backcourt even better. Panthers up by 8 at the break. Hickerson 6 points, 5 assists on the evening. Second half, Crusaders on the comeback trail. And it's Walker rising, but not surprising. This kid can play, folks, the beginning of a mini run as an 8-point lead was cut to 3. And it got closer. Walker not done. Doing what your dad used to tell you to do. Follow your shot. Give me that. Crusaders down 1. Walker on a personal 7-0 run, but this is where the Panthers are dangerous. Big guys down low, and big guys who can step out and make big shots. Jack Shackle for playing run stopper, and later was one of the top players in the state. Christian Austin, bang. Just like that, Bartlett back in control. Cello Jackson, he's a player. But the Crusaders could get no closer. The sides of Bartlett started to take over. Arshawn King, 16 points, 7 rebounds. Christian Austin had a game-high 31. As the Panthers roll in impressive fashion with a little icing on the cake. 72-54. Bartlett winning the battle of the unbeaten. Now let's drop the Sports Zone spotlight on another top 5 team in the city. The Douglas Red Devils are a terrific basketball team. They made it to the 2A state championship game last season where they lost to Alcoa by 1 point. This year they're not thinking about anything else but a return trip with a different result.
They got a year under the belt. They've been to the state championship. We finished in this championship game. We lost. And these guys are now hungry and understand what it takes to get there, and they want to finish this year.
The Red Devils return key starters, including top player Turquez Butler. They have guys who can step up on any given night.
We have Jamon Brittman, a junior. We have a senior in Joshua Thompson, senior in Blake Gardner. Man, this team is loaded with talent. All these guys can really play. And probably like you saw tonight, all of them was off. Everything was about average. We still get 80 points on the book. We still win by 20 points. So it's hard to say on any given night who's going to do it. Last night you saw Turquez Butler, Jamon Brittman show up. Tonight you saw the whole team come in. State championship, gold ball. We are chasing gold balls. That's our motto.
Let's check out some rival game action now. Germantown at home playing host to Houston. Red Devils up 1 to break, and they were increasing the lead led by Devin Hall. He was doing it all, knocking down a triple and later assisting on one. Antonio Thomas dropping the money ball. This one turned out to be a heck of a game as you knew it would be. Justin Freisen, just a freshman, just doing it. Other end, Hall doing it again. G-Town went up by 10. The Houston came storming back, a little transition, bang, Colin Clark. Germantown answered that with this big man saying you're too small. That got the crowd going. Big Shepherd football standout, but check the response. Kieron Jackson. Houston trailed 48-42 after 3, 4 quarters. Justin Freisen, another tough move. Mustangs down 4, and they got closer. Jackson, another and 1. Houston down 1, but G-Town's DJ Allen says enough is enough. And Germantown made some big shots. Ja'Cory Dixon dropping floaters. He had a few of those, and Devin Hall just kept making big shots. Germantown a good win, 62-56.
My team this year, we young. I got a couple senior vets, but I'm looking for my younger guys to step up and take initiative to do certain stuff, being leaders.
You're watching the Memphis Sports Zone, showcasing the best in local sports. Wildcat versus Golden Wildcat. Melrose taking on Bolton, the young men from Orange Mound with a double-digit lead, but Bolton's Darian Washington had a great game. He kept the Wildcats in it and almost brought them back, but Melrose too strong down low. They pounded the paint all night long. Golden Wildcats won it 74-71.
Key to the win tonight was defense. It came out the defensive end. The shooters weren't hitting shots. We found other ways. We penetrate, kick. We fed our big man down low, Deshaun Plummer. And we just had to sit down on defense to a good team.
I think these guys are capable. I think we're capable of beating anybody we play. But we have to shoot the ball well, and that's one thing in basketball that you can't guarantee.
Let's check in on the Christian Brothers Purple Wave now. A tough game against Whitehall, Arkansas in the Iverson Classic. Carson Chandler got the brothers off to a good start, doing it from downtown, knocking down a couple in the first quarter. But Whitehall was on the attack, and they were answering back. Jay-Sean Hayes, a top player in the state of Arkansas, wanted by the Hogs, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, and Mizzou, just to name a few. He had a great game. Both teams tied at 34 at the break. In the fourth quarter, the hot shooting for Hayes continued as Whitehall went up by as many as 5. But when it came to being hot, the Purple Waves' Ashton Hudson was on fire. He led the brothers to an impressive 76-70 win. Hudson came through with a game-high 33, including big buckets down the stretch in the fourth quarter. A tremendous performance for a young man who was a game-time decision.
I think the key to the win was we did a pretty good job boxing out. We hit some big shots. I don't know how many threes we made, but Ashton Hudson was sick, and we didn't know if he was going to play or not, and he just laid it all out. He played great.
Hudson is just one of the standouts on this year's team. Sophomore Keeper Jackson has great potential at 6'8" with guard skills. Coach Luckett likes the way these guys prepare.
We were limited with minutes with Keeper because of a little knee tweak, and our trainer said to play him 2 minutes at a time, maybe 4 minutes a quarter, and for the rest of the guys to step up without having Keep, but for about, a little less than half the game made it even sweeter. They worked their rear ends off in the offseason. They're leaders on the team, and I think everybody on this team understands their role, and tonight they all played they were stars in their role tonight. I think our biggest strength is our ability to spread people out, and we can penetrate and find shooters, and they can knock it down. I like the way we defend. I like the way we share the ball, and they are really they're all friends on and off the court. But those are the main things. We're a physical team for not being big, and we make it tough on our opponent.
When it comes to MUS, the Owls are a tough bunch, led by football standouts Mekhi Shaw and Brandon Nicholson. These guys aren't afraid to mix it up.
Brandon Nicholson, who's committed to play football for Stanford, is doing a great job for us so far. Mekhi Shaw is another guy who's been impactful. And Henry Duncan has been a very impactful player. All those guys are senior guards for us, and they're doing a great job.
The Owls took on Kirkwood out of Clarksville in the Iverson Classic, and it was Nicholson, that gritty backcourt, leading the way. As MUS won at 57-49. They're off to a great start this year.
The key, I think we've got a really strong group of returners from last year. We've got a great senior class, and then we have some guys who we've brought up from our JV last year who are making a lot of progress, and we need for them to continue to grow and get better, and we need to continue to have that leadership from our older guys. I think one of our strengths is just we have good balance. So it's hard to just take one thing away from us. Guys share the ball really well, and then I think our defensive identity is really coming along. We're getting harder and harder to score on every day, which is really important to us. We take a lot of pride in that. I think we're obviously in a very competitive region with Briarcrest and Christian Brothers and St. Benedict, and then the state has a lot of really good teams. So we know we've got our work cut out for us, but I think if we continue to grow and get better, we've got a shot at making a good run in February. So we're looking forward to that.
Another team off to a nice start, the Briarcrest Saints. They were hooping in the Iverson Classic, taking on Mel out of Arkansas. The freshman was having his way. Greg Spite Jr. dropping a floater in the lane and later dropping a money ball from way downtown. How about it for the young man, and how about it for the Saints? They make it look easy, rolling the victory. 70-43, the final. Annual Renee Scales Lupus Classic taking place at Cordova High School. Coach Scales and his Wolfpack taking on Fayette Ware. Both teams coming in undefeated. And the Wildcats scrappy, folks. They were showing that early on. They're still on one end, led to the layup on the other. Takarian Freeman, and this one going back and forth. Randon Johnson, turnaround good. And back on the other end, Wildcats going inside too. Number 15, Tarika Stevens on the bucket. Later in the quarter, Woodpack stepping outside and KJ Tenner stepping up his game. The three ball there, and it became the Tenner and Thetford show in transition. Look out. Put him in the sports zone, slow-mo slam. Cam, Julius Thetford rising with ease. He and Tenner looking like the best backcourt in the area, and they were taking turns. Tenner, you want more of that three? You better give it back to me. And before the quarter ended, Thetford one more time. Holla at your boy. Woodpack led by 3, and they went on to pull away. Julius Thetford having his way all day. Cordova remained unbeaten, 76-50, the final.